It has been almost 2 weeks since one person died and 22 were hurt in a mass shooting at Arcadia Lake. And since then, 2 people have been arrested, with police saying there may be other suspects. Yesterday, dive teams spent the day searching the lake for evidence. And since the shooting, city leaders have been working to address safety concerns. Joining us live, Edmond Mayor Mark Nash. Mayor, good morning, and thank you for being here with us today.
Good morning.
I know you guys have been busy working with the public, but first I just want to see if you have any updates that you've gotten from police that you can give us.
There's nothing new I can give you. Investigation's still going on.
Yeah.
We're not going to let anything out that would compromise that investigation.
Right.
So you know as much as I do at this point.
Okay. So as we look at what the city is doing to move forward from this, I know that you guys have been looking to improve safety measures. You've been wanting to hear from residents about what you can do. Any potential changes or upgrades that you can tell us that you guys are looking at maybe enforcing moving forward?
We're in the very early stages of this, and as I said several times last week, we're out looking for citizens' input. We had some pretty strong policies and procedures in place, and it was just a perfect storm that it happened the way it did. We're looking for ideas from boards and commissions and citizens alike. We had a couple of people sign up Monday night for our council meeting to talk. Only one of them showed, which tells you really and truly where we're at as a community. I think people understand. We had an Edmond Matters, a town hall type session on Wednesday, and had about 25 people show up. We're doing another one next Thursday evening at 5:30 at City Hall. We want citizens' input. I actually met with high school students at both Memorial and Santa Fe this week to discuss their thoughts, their concerns, their ideas. Got some pretty good thoughts out of them. We're going to pull all that together so that we can look at what we're doing and say, what can we do to enhance what we're already doing, but we don't want to make it so difficult that people who want to go out and camp at the lake or use the parks are discouraged from doing it.
Right. And what are you hearing the most from people who are speaking out, people who are throwing out ideas? I mean, you said you spoke with high school students. What is the main message that you're hearing from them?
They're simply asking for, how do we monitor better? With the technology that's out there today, they're saying, can't you do a better job monitoring? And that's a good question with the technology that's there, but you don't want to, you don't want to trample on people's rights by tracking every single person that goes to the lake.
Right. And since this shooting happened here almost 2 weeks ago, has there been any increased security over at the lake?
As far as I know, we are continuing with our policies as usual. Like I said, it was kind of the perfect storm about what happened, because if what we do normally at this time of year, if everything had been working as the process says, we would have gotten phone calls earlier, and that would have made a difference.
Right. And your message to people who maybe do have any concerns about safety in public places, what would you say to them?
I would say you don't need to be concerned. This was an isolated incident. I was asked last week if I would take my family to the lake, and the answer is yes. Yeah. I just live north of there, so absolutely I'd take my family there. Would I take them out to a party? Would I take 6 grandkids to a party in the middle of the night? No, I wouldn't, but I would take them out there at any time.
A lot of people were impacted by this. As I mentioned, we know one person died, 22 people were hurt. Is the city doing anything in contact with them to help support victims of this?
Our police department is running that process for us. While the investigation is going on, the last thing we want to do is step in and cause problems where we get into a he said, she said, or accusing anybody of anything that mars what they're working on. So we're kind of standing back at this point. I've asked the police chief to reach out to Aviana's mother to see if she'd like to meet. Have not heard back, but we're going to be there. If anybody needs assistance, we've got a team and contacts in place to help.
Okay, so resources or anything like that for victims and families through the police department right now?
Well, if you need mental support, okay, you can contact the city manager's office or our director of housing and community resources. And we've got contacts with mental health professionals to help with that.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you have asked police to contact Aviana's mother. Your message to the other victims and just kind of what Edmond looks like here moving forward.
Well, I mean, I will say the same thing that Chief Younger said, is we want justice. We want justice for Aviana. We want justice for her family. We want justice for the other 22 victims. And the way you do that is you let the police do their job. They've done a fabulous job so far. I mean, they had a search warrant within 24 hours, and they had an arrest warrant shortly after that. They know what they're doing, and they're moving it along at probably the best speed you can, and we're going to stand behind them and help them get there.
All right, Mayor Nash, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate your time.
You bet.